GM. Guys, I've just realized I was making a video just before, and the last sentence I said is that I'm a chef. With a six-pack, I don't let food control myself. And I thought that's an amazing topic for another video. So, here it is. I'm a chef. I make food content. I get a lot of millions of views from food content. I make chocolate, I make crepes, I make Nutella. But I have the six-pack. That's my point. I'm a chef with a six-pack. I don't let food control me. And something I've noticed in the food industry, I've noticed something everyone knows about the food industry, is that chefs are so often fat. I don't know any other chef with a six-pack. Actually, when I was working in the last hotel I've been, there was someone. So in the locker rooms, when we come to work, we change. The first guy I saw with a six-pack in there was not a fucking chef. It was the guy that cleans the dishes, I don't know how you call this job in English. The dishwasher? There was the dishwasher guy. He had a massive six-pack, black guy, he was just built like a fucking god. And it was inspiring, it's definitely one of the reasons why I got fit. Because I was going to work seeing him basically every day. He had his six-pack. What he was doing a low quality job, which is quite inspiring. And I definitely was the second one to get it. And then other people. I'm the only one in the hotel with the six-pack. I was the only one in the hotel. And every day in the locker room, people would say, "Oh, Mr. Six-pack, oh, Mr. So Special, blah, blah." And I was also posting my workouts on Instagram. If you don't know, my Instagram page is a chef page, but if you go down, you scroll down, a few hundred days, you're going to see my fucking fitness content. So people were telling me, "Oh, Mr. Chef, Mr. Six-pack is doing his abs and posting online. Whoa, Mr. Fitness influencer." Everyone was mocking me, right? Till the moment where I actually got the six-pack, and I was actually doing it every day. And people were starting to ask me questions, how do you do it? What should I do to get better? Or should I do this? Should I do that? First it was a big joke in the hotel that I'm the fucking fitness guy that tries to make the fitness content. Then, my content wasn't working. But I was fit. And then people asked me questions a lot. And then one day I quit this place because I felt disrespected by someone in the place. I can tell you, I'm not going to make drama. But I felt disrespected, so I left. And when I left, I focused on my content 100% for a long time, almost a year, which didn't work. I thought it would definitely work. It didn't. So then I found another job at another hotel, which once again I was the fit guy in the hotel, but in this hotel I was much less friends with people. I was just here to get some money in, While I was trying to build something outside of the hotel, I was definitely in there thinking of the future, not of my time in this hotel. So I was the fit guy in there, but it didn't matter. I was actually even training every single day during this time and showing up to work tired as fuck. That's one of the things. People thought I was so fucking tired and lazy. I was just so fucking tired from working out every day, right? But they didn't know it. I was just doing my thing. And posting the content every day, by the way, while working 12 to 14 hours a day. That's something you need to know, right? If you think you're lazy, I was lazier than you 5-10 years ago. Working out, playing video games 16 hours a day, at home doing nothing. I was the laziest guy in the world. Then I just flipped the switch. Got fit, got active, and then worked 14 hours a day with making fitness content on top of it. I work out every day and posting content. You can change it around if you really want it. So, I did this for a few months, then I left again, and I got all in on my content, and then it worked, because I posted one cooking video, which was my crepe video, which you can see on my Instagram is pinned. It has 3.8 million views. I just posted it, and it instantly got like 1 million views in a week, which is now still my most viewed videos. It's crazy. The first video I made about cuisine is still my most viewed video today. And I still got fitter. My point was that I was fit with a six-pack making bullshit food and getting fit although I eat bullshit. You know? And that's something a whole lot of people, I think, don't understand about food, is that they think, bro, there's someone else. There's a chef creator. Should I mention his name? Joshua Weissman on YouTube. He has millions, I think 10 million followers by now. Big account. And one day he said, I was watching one of his videos, he said, I think someone was talking about fitness, and he just said, yeah, I'm a chef, you know, I'm going to gain a little bit of weight. I'm going to eat some very fatty things because I'm a chef, that's it. And that was the worst thing I've ever heard in terms of mindset. You chose to be a chef, so now you have the curse of being fat. That's what you're telling me. While I was actively having a big, massive six-pack, you know? It's you have the choice. You can actually be a chef with a six-pack. You don't have to go through the how can I say? There's a book about cuisine that's called Never Trust a Skinny Chef, I think, or Skinny Italian Chef. Never Trust a Skinny Chef. Which is interesting, isn't it? Because I would definitely not trust a fat chef with my wife, for example, with money. You can't trust fat people with things like this. You can trust them to be nice, but you can't expect them to, under pressure, be real to you. You can only trust people that know hard things, people that have been through the hard shit. You can trust fit people with honor because they know what honor is. Unfit people don't know what honor is. They don't know what bravery is. They don't know what fucking like bravery, honor. That's the word I said, right? If you put them under pressure, they're going to collapse and snitch on you, right? You can trust fit people. Maybe about food, you want to trust the fat chef more in terms of... Actually, you can't. In terms of fitness, you can't trust the fat chef. But in terms of taste, you can probably trust the fat chef. That's definitely sure. He knows how to make tasty food. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten to this point. But you can't trust him about his food giving you a six-pack. But you can decide still to eat his food and have the six-pack. The thing that they don't do, that they need to learn, all those chefs, all those people in the food industry that don't understand that you don't have to be fat, is that food doesn't control you. Like, sure, it's your job to make good food, it's your job to try new things, but is food above you in the food chain? In the food chain? Food is above you in the food chain? That's crazy. You have free will. You think food controls you. It's not the case. You are addicted to food, that's it. You're addicted to sugars because you're surrounded by sugars in your job. You're surrounded by fats. You're addicted to fats too. And you have the choice to step out of it. No, what I said in my previous video, I was talking about the mid-cingulate cortex, which is a part of your brain that grows when you do things that you don't like to do. And that's something you need to develop as a chef. If you just eat everything you want, you have such a fucking tiny mid-cingulate cortex. You need to train yourself to do things you don't like doing. You probably don't want to go home and do 30 minutes walking. You don't want to walk home after your shift, do you? I was walking home every single time. In fact, I was walking to work and then walking home at night. And sometimes it was getting crazy because I was working 16 hours walking all day long, in which case I maybe took the metro in the evening because I would be walking on my way to work, all day at work, and back on the way home, which is insane. a whole lot of steps, sometimes 30,000 steps every day for a week, which is one of the reasons why I was shredded. People in kitchens think that they're walking because they're standing up, but very often they're in very small kitchens. And if you're doing 2 steps forward, 2 steps backwards, 5 steps to the side, and back, you're not walking. You're stationary and moving your weight from one center of gravity to another one a little bit while you have other things to do 2 meters on the side, right? That's not how you become fit. That's not walking. That's standing up. And standing up does not burn fat unless you stand up for like 1 week and you don't eat. I don't think you're going to burn fat. So you have the choice to do things that you don't like to do, like walking to work or going home from work, walk. Or you can, maybe you have to take the car. You can drive to it and park far away from work, like 1 kilometer away from work, so that you have to walk 1 kilometer. You could do that if you really wanted. It's a question of discipline. It's a question of doing things you don't like doing. But as a chef, very often, you work every day in things that make you enjoy comfort. You make tasty things and you jump on those tasty things every day. You eat the tasty things every day. So tasty things means dopamine. You're creating this addiction within the job that you train yourself to eat those addictive things every day. So of course you're addicted and your body is fucking craving more dopamine. Craving more taste, which is why, as a chef, you might realize something that you tasted for the first time in the restaurant might have felt fucking amazing, but then once you taste it again 2 years later, like it has the right taste, right? You're tasting it to see if it has the right taste, but you're done with the taste, right? You don't give a fuck about the taste anymore. And that's because you've been addicted to it so much that now this simple taste that you've had so many times means nothing to you anymore. Because food controls you. Now you need more. You need more stimulation to feel better, to feel something. Which is, with every addiction, you always need more to feel something. Whether it's smoking, whether it's sugar, whether it's fucking drugs, you always have to. If you take the same dose all the time, at some point you don't feel it. You have to increase the dose to feel something. Same with food. Going in the same direction, why are you still doing it? Why are you still eating it if you're unfit, if you don't like your situation? Why are you addicted to all this sugar that you don't need? And you should just definitely stop doing things that you don't like doing. You have to. It starts by, as I said, walking to work. It starts by, I very often see chefs, especially in big places like hotels, where after the meal, they grab themselves a Coca-Cola. Because, I need the sugars to go through the evening. You don't need it. You need water. So, little things like this, if you take a Coca-Cola every day, replace it by fucking water. If you eat bread every day, starting your day to get some sugar in my system, you don't actually need this. You think you need it because like 2 hours into the day, your stomach feels hungry because your stomach is addicted. Your stomach wants more. But feeling hungry is something that you are going to have to feel if you want to lose weight. It's not like maybe you think it's not normal to feel hungry. There's nothing more fucking normal than feeling hungry if you want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, you're going to feel hungry every fucking day. And you need to visualize it differently. It's not about, oh my god, I'm so hungry, I need food. It's about, good, I'm hungry, it means I'm burning fat. That's how you need to see it. As a chef, the few things you can implement to lose a massive amount of weight super fast are going to work without breakfast. Trust me, you don't need sugars in your system. You already have enough fat on yourself to burn. You need water. Definitely stay hydrated, otherwise you'll get dehydrated. You get dehydrated pretty fast in restaurants. So you might want to, get hydrated with water with salt in it to make sure you stay very hydrated. then you definitely don't want to eat before the first meal. Don't have fucking morning snacks. And if you have to taste things, push them later into the day. Push them to 11, 11:30, just before your lunch break. And then at your lunch break, you can fucking eat mostly proteins, right? Because proteins are going to fill your stomach, cut the hunger, and then you won't feel like eating more bread, eating more desserts, and eating more sugar. And go to the pastry guy in the restaurant, open his dessert drawer, and fucking eat desserts that he prepared for the clients. Then what you could also do, I definitely saw so many people bringing Coca-Colas, iced teas, like Orangina, Fanta into the restaurants, right? Don't fucking do this, you just need water. And of course, if you have an addiction, it's going to be difficult. It's not so easy to just not do it if I tell you, don't do it. But it's an addiction that you have to stop. And to stop an addiction, you have to stop practicing it for at least 3 weeks. It's going to be tough. You're going to crave like a motherfucker. But I'm telling you this, it's a fact, it's a truth from psychiatry. If you want to lose an addiction, it takes 3 weeks of complete complete drawback. Don't consume any of it for 3 weeks. You lose a lot of fucking fat and the addiction. Then I suggest you eat during the end of service, from like 9 to 10, 11. You can eat in the restaurant some things. You will probably have leftovers that you didn't sell. And definitely don't eat all the fucking fries. But if there's a leftover steak, have the fucking leftover steak. If there's leftover eggs, eat the fucking leftover eggs. This is such a hack. I was in a restaurant doing the first dishes, how do you call it? Main dish, the starters. I was doing the starters, and we had a lot of eggs, like soft boiled eggs. And after the service, we sometimes had to throw fucking 10 soft boiled eggs. So I was just eating 5, 6 of them one by one while cleaning up the place. It's a fucking hack. If you can do this, eat the fucking eggs, don't eat the fucking fries. Then, something that every chef does, and that is a big fucking mistake. So first of all, before this step, when you go home, definitely try to walk home as much as you can. Maybe walk 20 minutes, maybe walk 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Some walking is better than just fucking driving like a lazy ass. And you're probably tired from the work day, I get it. You probably have like tired legs. But be real to yourself. When you started the job, you probably had your legs hurt, but after 1 year into the job, your legs don't hurt. You could be standing up for another 3 hours if you wanted. So do some walking. Then, the last step is when you get home. A whole lot of fucking chefs order themselves a pizza, a kebab, a McDonald's. That's the thing that's going to ruin your sleep. Your system is not going to rest because your stomach and your intestines also need rest. If you don't let them rest at night, you will wake up feeling like shit. And then tomorrow you'll want your coffee, many coffees, because you have slept like shit. You'll also want sugars, because you feel so tired, you think, oh, I definitely need the sugars. What you need to do is eat a lot of protein and fats. Like when I say fats, as I said, eggs, the egg yolk is full of fats. If you eat fucking ton of eggs during the service from 9 to 11, you get home, probably it's midnight, 1 a.m. Don't eat at home. Eating at home is what guarantees you get fat. Like, how can I say it? If you, the longer your stomach stays empty, the more you burn fat. It's called ketosis. And so what I told you to do here is to have your last eggs around 10, 11, and then not eat until 11 the next day, in the morning, right? Until you have to taste things. If you don't eat for 12 hours, you're going to burn so much fat. If you get home at midnight, 1 a.m., you eat fucking McDonald's, so which is rancid fats and a ton of sugar. So the two sources of energy humans can have, which both make you fat. And then you wake up, you eat breakfast with sugars, because you think you need sugars, and then you eat the morning snack, and then you taste everything you need to taste in the morning. there is probably a 1,000 to 1,500 calories difference every day from this. So eat during the service, eat the things that you won't sell. Get home, don't eat at home. Especially because the McDonald's, the kebab, all the shit at night is going to inflame your system. Your system is not able to digest properly, first of all. When you're laid down, you're in bed, you're laid down, you won't digest properly. And it's not able to digest while you're sleeping. You're going to feel like shit. You're not able to rest as much doing it like this. And when you are laid down, the food in your stomach, which would take, let's say, 2 hours to digest while you're standing up, if you're laid down, it takes 4 to 6 hours. Because your stomach acids are fucking laid down in your stomach too. So digestion while sleeping is such a fucking problem. It's going to inflame your system as fuck. Make you extra lazy. Inflammation of the gut is what makes you lazy. Right? So as a chef, a person that works in restauration, that works until like midnight, 1 a.m., don't eat until 11, 12 in the morning. Then avoid fucking sweet drinks. You just need water. I would definitely go with the coffees. When I was working, I was probably having 4, 5, 6 coffees a day. Not in the evening though, but to cut the hunger. Because coffees do stop the hunger, but don't put sugar in it. Don't put milk in the coffee. Just have black coffee. Then, in the afternoon, you can actually eat without restrictions, but you need to stop eating after 11. Eat anything you can eat from the service that's good food, actual real food, from 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and then get home. Try to walk home as much as possible. It's actually better if you walk to work in the morning because your stomach is empty. So you will be burning your fat straight away. So try to walk to work. Then when you at work, you can eat from 11. Do whatever you want until you can have your last things that you're going to throw away at night until 10, 11 p.m. Get home, possibly walking. Don't eat at home. And like this, you're creating almost 12 to 11 hours of not eating, which is going to make you enter ketosis and burn extra fat. Ketosis helps you burn your deep fat, your brown fat. But you don't need to enter ketosis to burn your fat. 12 hours without food is going to burn your fat, especially since you're so used to having so much food in your system. Right? So that was a video dedicated to the chefs mostly. Because I've heard a lot of people tell me, oh, I work this job, so I'm cursed. I have to be fat now. No, you don't have to. I make random bullshit food every day. I still keep the 6-pack. I had the 6-pack when I was in the 5-star hotels. When I had pressure food around me all the time. You don't have to eat so much. So, yeah. If you want help with this, I literally do this, right? I'm a chef that fucking makes food content. I have a school community if you want to join it. Check out the Instagram, DM me if you want more info. Or check out the description, you have the link to the school community. And if you want help on one-to-one to change your life, change your situation from this perspective, send me a DM on Instagram or book a call in the description. We can talk one-to-one, see if you'd be interested in my one-to-one program, on which I help people to change their life through food, mostly because, that I make food content. I used to make fitness content, but nobody gave a shit. It's when I made the food content that I started to get views. So now, I definitely know not a lot about fitness, but people only care about my food content. So in the one-to-one program, what I do is I teach you about food and try to make you fit by implementing different things that you can do throughout the day, which is not only food, it's just food habits, as I told you, changing the times you're eating, changing the types of food you're eating throughout the day. Very important. And then implementing things outside of work. That's definitely fitness to help you get fit and get the 6-pack. The dog wants me to go take a piss right now, so I'll definitely see you on my Instagram. Press follow on the YouTube and come see me on Instagram. Watch my stories. DM me if you have questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Press follow on the YouTube.